Hello friends, this is Raj Sastri from Raj Option Trading. Today is October 4, 2021. Let's do a quick trading preparation. So with that, we'll look at market update, stocks with a huge drop last week, and stocks with the rule of 40, where sales growth plus gross margin greater than 40% and low RSI. And also we'll look at when to buy and sell stocks. With that, let's jump into TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim platform for a quick market update. So with that, so here we got, let's quickly go into market update here and go to futures. So as you look through the futures market here, we got S&P 500. Looks like we got a little bit down day. As you can see, we got a down tick here. S&P 500 futures down around 16 points, as you can see here. So I expect maybe a little bit down day today. As you can see here, we had a huge run on Friday with a big candle here. Now we have a candle where there is a little bit weakness here. As you can see here, it's a equidistant candle. Looks like VIX is almost same. So I think it's going to be a little bit down day today. Be careful out there. And as you look through Nasdaq here, same story. After a little bit bigger run on Friday, today we got a down day here, where candle, as you can see here, we got a pretty good red candle here. That tells you today Nasdaq will also be down. It's 84% down as of now. And as you look through the Russell Dow Jones Industrial Average, the pattern is continuing here. We got a huge big candle on Friday. Now folks are its market is giving some money back here with a red candle. So in Dow Jones we are expected to drop around 100 points here today. And let's go to Russell 2000. And Russell 2000 futures also indicating a small drop here. As you can see, after the huge run on Friday, it's only natural for market to give back some. I think that's what is going on here. And as we look through here, the bond side of the market here, let's quickly go to bond side. Bonds, as you can see here, after the big run last 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's also giving it back here a little bit. Bonds are down a couple points here, as you can see. And as you look through here, interest rates, as you can see, it's showing some downtick. That's a good sign, for broader market. I think we'll keep a watch on it. I think Friday is going to be good it's an important day. Friday is going to be an important day with the jobs number coming out. And let's look at crude oil here. Crude oil is showing some downtick here after a good run on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. As you see here, it's not as weak as Nasdaq or S&P 500. It's really, the candle indicates really it's a war between bulls and bears here. So it's a little bit stronger than broader market. And as you look through here, we got gold. Gold is also a little bit weak here, as you can see here. As if gold drops, I would buy some gold at these levels and go from there. So in a broader sense, I would say today is going to be a little bit down day, as you can expect from all this news here. I would trade carefully and go from there. So with that, now let's jump into next segment here. We'll look at stocks with a huge drop last week and see what we can buy and take advantage of a small bounce back here. So with that, here are the stocks with the huge drop in last 5 days. As you can see here, top of the list we got OMER Omeros. Stock dropped 46% in last 5 days and also dropped 38% in just last Friday. That's a huge drop here. As you can see, for 1 year it dropped 17%, for 5 year 24%, and from 52-week high it's off 64%. The good news with Omeros is I think it's got a nice sales growth here, as you can see here, and a nice gross margin. So that's why it may be okay to buy some into this weakness here. Given there is a high short ratio, it may be okay to buy um, especially because there is a nice sales growth and gross margin. And then as you scan through here, we got few more stocks. I love Editas here. Editas has dropped a lot, as you can see here. In last 5 days, Editas has dropped 32%. It's a great gene editing stocks. As we all know, these gene editing stocks go up and down as there is some news around their drugs and whatnot. I've watched Editas for a long time. This is a good buying opportunity. I would buy and accumulate and take it from there. Editas also has a high short ratio, as you can see here, that can cause a nice short squeeze here. Stock is completely oversold with the RSI of 26 here. Even IV percentile is low. So as we scan through, we got few other good stocks here. Even BioNTech here, it's a COVID-19 play. It's down big time, as you can see here, 24% in last 5 days. And even Nanovax here, down big, 12%. You could look at some of these names here and buy slowly into this weakness and expect a small bounce back here. And we got Circuit, which is one of my favorite stock here. Nice, as you can see, a nice high short ratio, and also there is an institution buying here. You could slowly buy into Circuit here, take advantage of this high insider buying in Circuit, and also take advantage of high short ratio 25% here. It also has a low float that tells you it might go into a short squeeze type scenario. And we got few more as you can scan through here. Canoe is also coming to a good point here. As you see here, RSI is 48. I would probably wait for a little more pullback here and slowly buy into Canoe also here. And as you scan through, we got few more good companies with a nice drop. Stocks like ATER, Lightsp, all work here. Both of them have got nice sales growth and gross margin, and also they've dropped a lot. And as you can see here, RSI is 50 for ATER, and Lightsp has a low RSI. I would buy these candidates here given they're fundamentally strong with nice sales growth and gross margin. And look here, we got few stocks with a nice insider and institution buying. I would focus on those candidates. Those are stronger candidates coupled with a nice sales growth and gross margin. I think they will do well. And we got few more stocks here. I will let you go through this in detail, but focus on the candidates where there's a nice sales growth and gross margin. And these stocks have dropped a lot in 1 week, and they will typically go up. As you scan through here, I love names like EXPI here. Stock has dropped a lot, as you can see here. And I think this one also has a nice sales growth. I think that's a good story here. I would slowly scoop up EXPI, which is a real estate play here. Digital real estate type transactions. I think it's a good one. And we got MXCT, nice sales growth here. And also as you scan through here, stock has dropped a lot. RSI is low. I would focus on that also here. And as usual, look at what institutions are doing, what insiders are doing. As example, MQ here, insiders are buying, institutions are buying. That's a good sign. Even ABCL, as you look through here, institutions are buying heavily. And I would also look at other names like GH Guardian as example, nice sales growth and gross margin. And as you scan through for you put option sellers, this could be a good one with the high IV percentile and low RSI. You can sell some put options and earn some premium that way. And even EXPI, as you scan through, not a good one. I think even I think that's a good one to buy put option. And as you look through here, a sell put option I meant. As you look through, we got a couple of good names here. BTBT is into our nice territory, nice sales growth, nice gross margin, crypto play. All the crypto stocks, I think they had a rough time, but this one managed to bounce back a little bit. ASML, nice semiconductor play. I love this company. Nice sales growth and gross margin. Stock dropped a lot. Low RSI right now. I would buy into some ASML also. So with that, as usual, you know, pay attention to what insiders are doing, what institutions are doing. Also look at gross margin and sales growth. The places where you see green in column 1 here indicates both gross margin and sales growth. Quarter over quarter is greater than 40, satisfies rule of 40. So those are the good candidates. Also pay attention to the short ratio here. Many of these stocks have got high short ratio coupled with the low float that can cause some short squeeze type scenarios here. And we'll go look at few more here. Apply same methodology here. Look at what insiders or institutions are doing. For example, lost down. Looks like folks are buying into lost down, a EV play here. Nice institution buy here. And RSI is also low. You could slowly buy into lost down into the current weakness, down 18% in one day. And as you scan through, there are a couple good names here like Fortres, Sorrent, RGEN, all into healthcare area. Nice sales growth for all of these guys. It's really satisfies rule of 40 handily. And as you scan through here, all of them have got low RSI. You could buy them at these levels. Nice drop. So I would take advantage of those. And Sorrento, as you all know, there is a high short ratio also. Float is a little high, but the stock, it's got a little higher market cap. That's why float is a little high, which could be okay. And as you scan through here, we got a couple more stocks with high float here. You could pay attention to those, and those can cause some short squeeze as you go forward. And as you scan through, we got one more page here. So here what I've done is, many of you may not be able to go through all the stocks in detail. So I've got just the stocks that satisfies rule of 40, also low RSI. So these are the stronger candidates for you. If you don't want to look at the list, this is a short list for you. I just have few stocks where rule of 40 is satisfied and low RSI. So all these stocks as you see here, OMER all the way to MSGE, nice sales growth and gross margin, handily beats rule of 40. Many of them have got nice insider or institution buying. I think those are the good candidates. And then we also have low RSI. That's why these are selected here as a short list for you. I like many of these companies here. And focus on what institutions are doing here. MVIS Microvision looks like there is a high institution buying along with ATER as well as BNTX. Those could be the catalysts along with the high short ratio here with OMER, Bed Bat and beyond, and so on and so forth. Pay attention to short ratio also, especially if you want to play a swing trading or a short squeeze type game. As usual, look at float here. Some of them have got low floats. Those could be the ones that can explode higher. And as usual, look at what stocks are doing in one day here. Those will tell you, even though stock has dropped a lot, there's a turnaround. Like Lightsp fell pretty hard. Now it's showing some turnaround. Same story with other stocks like DDS and even BTBT. And we got two more coals and Net, which is Cloudflare, one of my favorite stock. And we got one more page for the stocks which satisfy rule of 40 here. As you scan through, we got a list of stocks. A lot of these stocks I love very well. And see here, nice sales growth and gross margin, handily beats rule of 40, low RSI, and stocks have dropped a lot in 5 days. These are the good candidates for a quick bounce back here, and that way you can make some money. And many of these are fundamentally good companies with nice sales growth and gross margin. So with that, what we'll do is we'll look at maybe one or two companies in a little more detail, so that way you understand how to look at the chart and read through the chart. For example, let's look at one company here. For example, EXPI is a good one. Let's look at the chart for EXPI. Let me pull into a bigger chart here and look at EXPI. So it's a real estate play. I love this stock. It's not doing well off late. As you see here, we got a huge big drop in last week, and now it's trying to show a small bounce back. That's a good indication, and a stock is trying to make a comeback here. Same thing happened over here, big drop. Stock is trying to make a comeback, and as you see here, it had done a couple times same way. And look at the candle here. We got big wicks here and a large body here. This is something similar to a hammer type formation, which is typically happens toward the end of the downturn. So I think there is a upside here as we go forward. And as you scan through here, RSI is trying to show some strength. Implied volatility is really going a little higher, but again, IV percentile is low, not a good candidate to sell any premium here. And as you scan through here, right now it's a negative with the DMI chart. Red line going up, blue line going down. That tells you right now it's a bearish market. On the balance, volume is going up. This is what we want to see. People are putting money into this right now. And check-in money flow is indicating smart money is kind of after dropping big time, which is expected when the stock drops like this. It's stabilizing. I would say it will go up slowly. So with that, I would buy into EXPI here. Even though chart looks ugly, there is a small bounce here. I would buy into EXPI. Probably we'll look at one more here as we scan through. I love a lot of these stocks. We'll look at Net here, Cloudflare, one of my favorite stocks. So as we look through Cloudflare here, nice looking chart. I love Cloudflare. Stock has dropped a lot, as you can see here. Now again, a hammer formation. The moment you see hammer, that indicates a nice uptrend after stock has beaten down a lot. Hammer is where you have a body and a big wick or a line at the bottom here. That's a hammer pattern, which tells you stock is ready to turn around here. RSI is strengthening. That's a good indication. Implied vol is a little high, but not too high to sell premium yet. And right now stock is in a bearish territory where red line is above blue line in the DMI chart. And on the balance, volume is increasing. That's a good story. Folks are trying to buy into this, and smart money is also pouring into this stock right now. So with that, I would buy into Cloudflare or Net into this weakness and take it from there. So with that, you might wonder, we got a few more here. You could look at these also and buy some of these great names. And this is a quick cheat sheet for you. If you want to buy options or even stock for that matter, look for a nice entry point where RSI is less than 55 and on the balance volume rising, like we have seen in Cloudflare as an example. And from an exit point, if the RSI is greater than 60 and or on the balance volume is falling, you can exit out slowly. And also look for rule of 40 all the time, where quarter over quarter sales growth, gross margin greater than 40%, coupled with the entry point here RSI less than 55, that makes it a great entry point. And from a catalyst perspective, looks for short growth, short float. Actually look for short ratio, short float greater than 10% and low float as usual. And if there's an institution buying or insider buying, that's a great catalyst again. And sometimes, for a biotech stock, look at the catalysts. For a technology stock, looks at their pipeline. Those are all good catalysts here. So with that, I would look at these if you're a stock trader. If you're an option trader, look at option trading guideline here. If you're a buying call option, make sure RSI is less than 65 and IV percentile is less than 35. And maybe day to expiration is greater than 3 months, so you give enough time for you. And if you are a bearish, you could buy a put option and go from there. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe.